Hi everyone, welcome to another video. In reading, we're in Unit 6, Canada and Mexico, and this is our next text that will be read in class tomorrow, Canada, the People. It's by Bobbie Kalman, and I'll do a brief read of certain pages that we'll cover in the class tomorrow and next week. The text focus in question is use details from the text to explain why the author refers to the people of Canada as a huge patchwork quilt. If you get the answer to this text focus in question, you can write your answer down in preparation for tomorrow's class. So let's begin. Faces of Canada. Imagine Canada as a huge patchwork quilt, framed by the Atlantic Ocean on the east coast, the Pacific Ocean on the west, and the Arctic Ocean to the north, and the United States to the south. The background of the quilt is a blend of mountains, plains, rivers, and lakes. The many faces of Canada's people are the exciting designs on each patch. A mixture of people. Canada's population is a mixture of people from all kinds of cultural backgrounds. The first people to live on the land that is now called Canada were native people who came from Asia thousands of years ago. Europeans settled in Canada about 500 years ago. Throughout Canada's more recent history, immigrants from Europe, Asia, and Africa have continued to come to Canada. There's our word immigrants that we're learning about in social studies. A multicultural nation. People from around the world have immigrated to Canada. The many different cultures represented in Canada add variety to the country's personality. This mixture of nationalities is called multiculturalism, which means many cultures, just like our classroom. Canadians try to celebrate and respect one another's cultures. The caption says above, 1/4 of the world's Inuit population live in Canada's far north. Inuit also live in the Arctic regions of Russia, Greenland, and the United States. Below, many people in Canada look different from one another because they have different ethnic backgrounds. They have one thing in common: they are all Canadians. Immigrant groups. The first immigrants to Canada came from France and Britain. Large numbers of Irish and Scottish people settled in the country soon after. Eventually, immigrants from dozens of different countries made their way to Canada. German, Italian, American, Greek, Portuguese, Ukrainian, Dutch, Polish, Asian, Indian, African, and Scandinavian faces are just some of those that can be found in Canada today. A safe refuge. Along with immigrant newcomers, Canada has welcomed refugees for many years. A refugee is a person escaping harsh conditions, war, or persecution in his or her own country. From African Americans fleeing slavery in the 1850s to Kosovars leaving their war torn country in the late 20th century, Canada has often provided a safe place for thousands of people to call home. The caption says, this page, Canada is known as an immigrant nation. It is home to Native people as well as immigrants from many cultural and ethnic backgrounds. Canadian families. Some people compare a family to the foundation of a building. If the foundation is strong, the building will be strong. In the same way, families are important in building a strong country. Canadian families have changed a lot in the past 50 years, but they are as important as ever. Variety. The typical Canadian family is difficult to define. Some families are made up of two parents and any number of children. Others are made of single parents raising children on their own, either by choice or as a result of divorce. Blended families are those where one or both parents have children from previous relationships. To the right, mixed families, in which parents are of different cultural backgrounds, are common in Canada. Below, often members of the same family live on opposite sides of the country. Family reunions give family members the chance to keep in touch with one another. Do you have family reunions? Native families. Native societies are based on bands made up of large extended family groups. Younger family members care for their older generation. Elders are the senior members of the family and community. They are respected for their knowledge and understanding of traditional ways and teachings. Elders pass on ancient knowledge, skills, and values to the young. Marriage. Wedding ceremonies vary widely in Canada. Costumes, vows, food, and celebrations are all different depending on cultural traditions. A Jewish ceremony is completely different than a Hindu ceremony, which is different again from a native Canadian ceremony. Many couples have weddings in traditional North American style, where the bride wears a white dress and has a number of bridesmaids. This type of wedding is often performed by a minister or priest in a church. Other couples have less formal ceremonies, held in someone's home or backyard. Some couples have no ceremony at all and simply get married at their local city hall. Most Canadian weddings do have one thing in common. The event is a chance for family and friends to celebrate the union of two people. Family reunions. Many families have large get togethers called reunions. Family members, including aunts, uncles, and cousins, are invited. Sometimes relatives come from all over the globe to reunite with their family. One example of a big family reunion is the International Gathering of the Clans. This event is held once every 4 years in Nova Scotia. Participants from all over the world gather to share in traditional Scottish activities. Below. This marriage is an example of Canada's multicultural population. The bride is of East Indian descent and a follower of the Jain religion, and the groom is of European and Native Canadian descent and a Christian. Here is the glossary of some words that were used in this reading and also the index. I will have a copy of the pages that I read today for you in class tomorrow and for next week. See you in class. Bye.